Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Tech Studio. I Usti will be giving you a lecture today on HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. Git and GitHub will be in another video, but depending on, because I don't want this video to be that long, so anyway we stop and we'll continue from another video. So the first thing you need to do, I told you, you need a kitchen to cook anything you want. You understand? Us programmers are just like chefs. We go into the kitchen and we perform our magic and we bring it out. People don't know what we struggle to cook it there, but when we bring it out, everybody enjoy using it. That's it. So first thing you need to do now is to what? Come here, click on file, you see open folder, click on open folder. Go to your system, even if it's in your desktop or your download or your documents, anywhere you want to like create. I'll create my own inside my desktop. So you just come here, right click and go to like new and go to like new folder. Then you write the name of the folder you want. I'll just put UH Tech Studio in there. Okay. And now you just click on select folder. Now you've opened the folder on VS Code right now. The next thing you need to do now is, I told you there are 3 core skills you need to learn in becoming a front-end developer, which is HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. React is not a programming language on its own, it's a library. And the library, what you use to work on React is XML, JS XML, and is a combination of HTML and JavaScript together. Here, you are going to write JavaScript aside and write HTML aside. Even if you want to write your JavaScript inside the HTML code, you will have to like create a space for it to write it. But in React, there is a sweet way to write your code here, in which you join your JavaScript and your HTML together and write them. You all understand when we get to that section. For now, let's start with the first programming language you need to become a front-end developer. I told you you need 3 core skills to become a front-end developer, which is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So first of all, you just come here, you see this icon here, which is saying what? New file. You create a new file. You can name it anything, but I'll name it my name, I'll name it the brand name US dot. Make sure you put dot and what type of file do you want to create, HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. Now I want to create a HTML file, just like HTML. You enter, it brings it to you. Look at the icon in here. You see this icon showing red is showing what? 2 open, 1 and 2 this. You get just like a greater than and a less than sign. We call it tag. Why is that icon on HTML? Because HTML is a programming language which are structured using tag. Use tag to structure HTMLs, and you understand the meaning of use tag to structure HTML when we continue going on this course. So first thing you need to do is, you are here, you want to do something, you are on HTML, you need to declare what do you want to do. But here we are doing document. Okay, what type of document do you want to do? You need to declare it, which is document type. So I told you we do everything here with tag. So you open your tag and you see, one thing I like about VS Code is like it suggests everything for you. Once you write 1 item, 2 item, 3 item, it suggests, is this what you want? You be like, yes, this is what I want. You see doc type, you click on it. Document type, because you open a HTML, you put a HTML file, so it's suggesting that okay, you are writing a HTML document, so it has suggested for you the document type you want to write here now is what? HTML. The next thing you need to do now is to like cut the space you want to write your HTML code in. And how do you cut something? Is to have a beginning and an ending. So now you go and open a HTML tag again, which shows the beginning of where you want to write your code. And one thing I like about VS Code as well is when you write something, it completes it for you. You see now I open a tag and it closes it for me. Now the opening tag, it shows that that's where I want to start writing my code from, and the closing tag shows that this is where I want to end my code. Now you see that I told you we write HTML code by tags 1, 2, but why is the closing tag having slash like this? That's to show you the differences between opening and closing. This is an opening tag here, there's no slash, but you see this one with slash here now, it means it's a closing tag. So now you've got where you want to write your code. Now a code has two sections, which is the head and the body part. The head, which describe the body where you write your code. So now let's section those two parts, head, and you see it completed for me. Then you come and section the second part, body. It completed for me. So now I told you the head part is where you describe what you are going to do inside the body part. What do you want how do you want the body part to be? What do you want it to be? And there is what we call meta. Meta is like self-description. You understand? It's like describing your what you are cooking, what is going to be on the body. How do you want it to appear? How do you want it to be? It is not showing, but is relevant to the Internet Explorer or the web browser or the space you are bringing out your code. You bringing out your product, a laptop, a phone, where you are bringing out your product. I mean, once you finish creating a website, once you finish creating an application, there is something we all use to view it. Is either we use our phone, we use our laptop, we use other devices to view the application or softwares that we've created. So this meta is like a self-description of how you want all these things to be. You might not see it like explicitly, but it's there. It's the one that is making it to function very well. So now you first open the meta tag. I told you we do everything, but here in the meta tag you don't need to open and close. Meta tag just have something like you open it, but if you are closing this meta tag, because it doesn't have an opening and closing, you close it at the end. You have to just bring slash here. That's two things about opening and closing. If it is an opening and closing tag, you open the first item by the tags and the name of what you are doing, and then the next one you close it by putting the slash at the front. But if it is just an opening tag, you will have to put the slash at the end. So now before the closing tag, before the slash, which shows you have closed, you need to declare what this meta is. This self-description, what do you want to describe here? First of all, I would like to describe that. Okay, before that, let's come here. This HTML document you want to write now, you haven't tell us what language do you want to use and write this document. I mean, there are different languages in the world. What language do you want to use and write this document? First of all, you have to declare it. And the language I want to use right now is what? English. So once I write this language, you see VS Code is suggesting, is it this you want? And if you click it now, you see bring it now, tell us the language you want. English is just a short for what? EN is just a short for English. You get? So this means I'm writing this language in English. English language is what I want to use in writing this code. So the next thing you need to do now, I told you, is to come to describe how you want your code to be displayed, how you want it to come out. First of all, you have to describe the character you want to use to write your code, which you describe by what? Character set. You see, VS Code gave me a suggestion. Character set. There's what we call UTF-8. This is a Unicode, a universal character, which we programmers use because it entails all character inside it. So you use it UTF-8. This entails all character that you know you use in writing. This entails it. So once you give it this one now, you don't have problem in writing anything in any character format in your code. So the next thing you need to describe now is what? Meta. You know, I told you we use that for self-description. Meta. The next thing you need to describe now is, okay, this code, once I finish it now, I want people to be able to view it. I want people to be able to view the code. The next thing you need to describe now is, what do you want people to use in viewing your code? I want people to use a laptop to view my code. Oh, I just want to make it to be on laptop. If people view it on phone, I don't want it to be fitted into that phone. Oh, I want, if people view it on laptop, on phone, I want it to be fitted everywhere. First of all, you have to tell Meta the name of what you want to do. The name of what I want to do now is what? Viewport. The viewport, the place, and the content I want to be inside the viewport. What I need to describe, what do you want the viewport to be? I want, if people are viewing my code, they should be able to view it with any device. if it is viewed inside a laptop, let it be fitted inside the laptop. If it is viewed inside a phone, let it be fitted inside the phone. If it is viewed inside another device, let it be fitted inside that device. So the next thing I need to do now is to write what? The width, because yeah, the width is actually what we are talking about here. The width should be what? Equal to what? The width of the device. Sorry, or instead write it like this: device width. You understand? The width of the content that you are going to write here should be fitted toward the device width. And again, there is another thing. If you open a web page, what scale do you want it? Do you want it to be? Do you want it to be zoomed in to be 100, that the person has to zoom it out before he starts working on it? Or do you want it to be zoomed out to 0, that the person has to be zooming in for it to see? You can just put the initial scale to 100 because you want it to be fitted 100% to the screen that is viewing it. It should be fitted 100% to the initial scale of the screen that is viewing it. Is when the person now see that I can't view it, it's too small, you now zoom it in, or you zoom it out. Or it's too big, you zoom it out. Do you get? So you want it to be, and sorry, you need to put this inside the quote, put a comma here, and you initial what? Sorry, you need to put something like this so it shows it's the same statement, not a different statement you are writing there. Initial scale should be equal to what? 1.0. Yeah, with this now you'll be able to like view it at 100% fitted to the screen that is viewing it. So now you close it. I told you close like this and you give it a tag. A method does not need a opening and closing tag. You just need a one tag. The next one you write is what? What do I want to describe here again? Okay, do you know now, once my device, I mean you are using a device to open it, but you cannot just go anywhere and just open. You need a web browser. You need an internet explorer to open my website or open my application, my software through a web. If you want to open my web application, you need a web server. So now, how do I want it to display on the web server? I need it to be fitted into the kind of web server you are going to be using. I need it to fit into it. So now I need to like describe that part. The next thing, I'll write my meta. And what will I write now? What do you want? Is what? The hypertext equivalent. How do you want it to be displayed in the HTTP world? HTTP meta will always what? Give VS Code will always give me suggestion. Now HTTP equivalent, and there is what we call XUA compatible. Yeah, there's what we call XUA compatible, and this means what? You want it to be compatible with the web browser that is going to be opening it. Any web browser you're using opening it now, with this feature I added to it, I will make it to be what? Compatible with that web browser. No matter the design and the format of everything of in that web browser, it will be fitted to it. Then the next thing now I want to write now is okay, every web browser update their versions. I will love if I am if my item is displaying in your web browser, it should take the new version. It shouldn't be taking the old version that every item was taken before. Let it be updating to the new version that the web browser is using to view applications or web pages or websites. So now you write a content, because the content you want now is what? The Internet Explorer. You want it to be equal to what? Edge. Edge means the new versions. Then you close this tag. And what will I want to do is nothing. I think the meta is okay like this. The next thing now is I want a title for my page. I want when I open my page, there should be a title there saying it. Okay, now I'll give my own a title. You just write title here. What do you want to title your page as? What is the heading that you want to be showing at the top of your page? Let me just give it UA Text Studio. UA Text Studio. This is the title I want it to be displaying at the top of my page. Then the next thing I want from here now is I would love okay, there's what called favicon. Anytime you open a site, you open Facebook, you open YouTube, you open Instagram, you see their icon displaying after the name, after this title up there, Instagram. You see an Instagram icon showing beside it. We call it what? Favicon. And for you to put that, you come and create a link here. You see a link here, you click on it. This is saying style sheet. That's your VS Code suggestion, but you have to clean it because it's not a style sheet. It's what? An icon. And let's give it a type. Let's give it a type. And the kind of type I want to give it right now is the kind of type I want to give it right now is I want the image to be SVG. Do you know what's SVG? SVG is it makes, you know, we have JPEG. You understand? But SVG makes, when you are scaling the item, the picture, it makes it not to depreciate when it's going on the internet. When it's going outside, it makes it not to depreciate. Unlike if you have noticed this on your Facebook, if you upload your pictures, you start seeing that it has depreciate in the contrast or something. The quality has depreciate. You see, it's not sharp as it is before on your phone. Yes. So this SVG makes, when you scale, when you put it out there, it doesn't depreciate. It goes as it is. So now the href, now I will want to like pull my own logo from my system. But before you can do that, you will come in here and open a new folder. Let's name it image. Sorry. Or instead of having a folder here, let's just do it. Let's just do this like file open folder, because I want it to take it to this place. Go to the your folder that you're using, Waste Text Studio, and let's open a new folder there. A new folder on it. Let's call the folder images. You understand? Now the folder is there. Let's go to my download. I think I have my sorry, you might not be seeing what I am doing right now, but because of the nature of my recording app, it only shows the single page I am in. So now I'll go to my download and try to okay. So I have an image here. So I'll just, sorry,